And 8th graders, you are tuning in to Thursday's screencast. And the date on Thursday is what? March the 13th, I believe. So let's see if I'm right. Yes, Thursday, March 13th. So let's get started. This spreadsheet is a continuation of the NFL spreadsheet that we started on Wednesday. As a reminder, if you did not complete Wednesday's spreadsheet, then you have to go back and do that first because it is sequential. So anyhow, here's the spreadsheet. And we're going to focus our attention on columns M and N for the day. And really, that's about it. What we'd like to do in columns M and N is to find out what the yearly salaries. Hang on a minute. I got this Camtasia pop up here. That was for your other screencast. Okay, what the yearly salaries of these quarterbacks is. So if you look on my lesson plan page, okay, I'll take you there. If I go out here to lesson plans, I have created a link to those salaries. Okay, so here's Thursday. You did your typing. You're watching the screencast. This link right here, NFL Part 2 Salaries link, I'll show you how to use it. Basically, it's a web page that allows you to look up a player. In this case, we're looking up quarterbacks, and their 2013/14 football season annual salary. Okay, so if you think back, the first person in our spreadsheet was Peyton Manning, and you have to know what team he plays for. So, of course, if you look closely, he plays for the Denver Broncos. So what you have to do is look in this list, and you look up Denver Broncos salaries. And when you click the link, lo and behold, there's Peyton Manning. So this column right here indicates the salary of the player for the 13-14 year. So I'm going to take this $17,500,000 figure and put that into my spreadsheet. Now I got to be careful because when I do this, I'm not going to see the commas. You never want to type in commas in a spreadsheet, okay? Instead, watch, 17,500,000, okay? Now, when I enter that, what I should do is take this cell and all the other cells in this column and just select them. See how I did that? I didn't fill. I'm not filling Peyton Manning's salary for all of them. They all have different salaries. But I'm just merely clicking in the cell that has the salary and holding the mouse down and selecting them so that I could go up here and format them. And the format I'd like to use is to show commas. Actually, they have a currency here. They have a currency with dollars and cents. That doesn't make a lot of sense, no pun intended, when they're talking about multi-million-dollar salaries. So why don't we just go with currency and look what you got. So now when I type in the next one, I don't type in dollar signs and commas. I simply type in numbers. Okay, so if I scroll back here, who's next? Drew Brees. Okay, likewise, you'll have to go back to the link I gave you, hit the back button, and then Drew Brees plays for the New Orleans Saints. So for on this side, I click on the Saints salaries. He makes $17,400. So if I go back and I scroll over, I can type in his salary, $17,400,000. As soon as I enter it, it formats for me. So continue that way, and when you're done, come on back to the screencast, and I'll show you how to get pay per game. Unless you already know, then it's bonus time. You won't have to finish the screencast. Basically, you're to take that salary and divide it by 16 because there's 16 games. So it might surprise you to find out what an NFL player, a quarterback, makes every time he steps on the field to play a football game. So it's kind of a staggering number. Anyhow, I'm going to pause and let you finish up those numbers, okay? And then you come back when you're ready. And so if you're back, you have finished your spreadsheet with yearly salaries. I sadly have not, okay? But I'm going to teach you how to do the pay per game if you don't know how to do it, okay? Basically, it's an equal sign because it's a formula. We take their yearly salary and we simply divide it by 16 games. And that gives us their pay per game, which we really should format into the same format we used before. Let's go dollars and cents, just curiously, because some of you might want to, some of these might not end up evenly like that. So you could say with any level of accuracy that Peyton Manning makes $1,093,750 per NFL football game, not including playoffs. So anyway, continue like that, and you're going to want to fill this down for all of the rest of the athletes. Mine are obviously showing 0, but if I were to go back and look up one more, I think I'm going to do this one. Andy Dalton. I'm going to see what he makes per game. So if I go back, Andy Dalton plays for the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, and if I look for Andy Dalton, he's on the page. Here's a tip, guys. You don't have to go scrolling and look all over the place for an entry on a web page. If you do Command F as in find, look what appears up here. So I can type in Andy, and there he is. Andy Dalton makes 1-4. Here's another tip. Maybe I can copy and paste that because it is a number I probably won't remember when I switch tabs. So if I go back and now paste this in for Andy Dalton, there we go. He makes $88,870 per game. So interesting. Just looking at the differences here, the 17 mil versus 1 mil in salary. So, all right, have some fun with the spreadsheet. When you finish, that's it for Thursday. Great job.